Preparing live stream. We're nearly there. Okay. And hello. Are we live? It's showing that we're live, but are we live? Let me just go out of that. Just gonna make sure that it is live. Okay, yes. So welcome, Veronica. I do think we are live. And welcome to everybody who's watching. Today, I have the great pleasure in introducing Veronica Bath to you. She is a spiritual teacher and healer, an energy facilitator and spiritual mentor who helps women who support others break free from their wound-based patterns and embody their truth by bridging the physical and non-physical, guiding them into alignment with their inner healer. And she is also one of the authors, one of the co-authors in Miracles Are Normal. So, Veronica, after that mouthful of an explanation about who you are, how would you describe the work that you do in your own words?
Ah, so I work the light codes of the Archangels, and so I'm able to actually go like into that deeper level where the limitation patterns that we hold, we've learned, the conditioning are really held and dissolve them, upgrade them, whatever's needed for your highest and best good. These limitation patterns are actually what create our limiting beliefs that we have on the conscious level. So we can do all of our affirmation work all we want. We can do all the, trying to change our mindsets, but we can get rid of one and then a similar one comes along because we haven't actually like dissolved that limitation pattern that's held deep inside of us.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that I do. But I'm really passionate about helping women regain their sovereignty, their personal power, um, speak their truth unapologetically, and yeah, find their soul purpose and really reconnect with that inner healer inside so that that one that's like solely responsible for our well-being instead of taking care of everybody else. We become healers. We step out, we do that healing, step into the healing archetype. We can really take care of others, have big transformations for them, but we kind of miss that step of really bringing that inner healer online. So we're supported, and then we can be giving from our being full instead of depleted. So then, because we'll run into the burnout, um, exhausted all the time, can't get clarity for ourselves, can't get transformation for ourselves. So, really reconnecting with that soul truth of who we are, why we're here, and what our next steps are, just to get clarity.
Wow.
It's super hard to get clarity on what your next steps are. It's like that confusion comes in and frustration, and then there's just the cycle. So I really support getting in there, connecting to your higher self, because your higher self is really the one that knows what your soul truth is, and it's kind of that bridging of that gap there. and all about soul embodiment. Really, we know things intellectually. We beat ourselves up because we're like, oh, I knew better. I knew better. Well, yes, we know better, but we actually need to be embodying it and we actually need to be living it. So it's really about living your soul truth.
Beautiful. Wow, that's amazing. So, um, you also wrote a chapter in Miracles Are Normal. I'm really interested to know why you felt called to share your miracle story.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I was actually surprised because I've never read it, never wrote a chapter before, never been in a book or anything like that. So it was kind of surprised that was getting yes, 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 you need to do this. And so I guess I never really thought of all the things that happened in my life being miracles, that there was actually so many miracles. I mean, it's a miracle that I'm still alive today. It's a um but I always just chalked it up to that I have a really strong guardian angel that's looking out for me because there's just been so many things that's happened in my life that I should not have survived.
Wow. Tell us about, or is this giving away your miracle story that's in the book, or would you like to share?
Let's not give any of that away, but
Yeah.
no, it's just that I've been in so many different situations that I've yeah, I should not have survived. I did not have a very good childhood. Um I mean, so these are the things I didn't put in the book. Um as a kid, we did a lot of like camping out and stuff. And so it really wasn't camping. My dad was working. We were just up in the mountains with him. Um us three girls came running back to my mom and said, "Oh, there's a beautiful dog out there. We were trying to pet it, and turns out it was a wolf. So it was a good thing we didn't pet it."
Wow. Amazing.
And
Sure.
and then my dad was a trapper, and so he had a bobcat in a trap. And I'm a little kid. I'm stumbling around all of that. I guess I stumbled, almost went in with the bobcat, still alive, and he barely snatched me back.
Wow.
Yeah, and then there's been stories of, like my sister, me and her getting in when we were like really small, me and my middle sister. She was 4 years older than me, and somehow she kicked the vehicle out of gear. We went down a huge hill. How we survived that, I don't know. I mean, there's just been
Oh,
all these
weird.
little things
Yeah.
that it was just like, you know,
That's
guardian angels are taking care of us. So, we can do these things and still survive. So yeah, it's I just never realized it until I actually started writing. That it's like, yeah, there's a lot of people that don't survive the stuff that I've done.
right. It suddenly occurred to you that maybe that wasn't normal going through all this. That's crazy. And so, is that why you felt called to share the story? Because of these kind of near-death experiences almost that you've had?
Actually, it's really interesting because after I did sign up for the miracles, I did have two near-death experiences.
No ways. That is
Yeah, I didn't write
crazy.
about those either.
Wow. Okay. So this is all coming out now. You've got another whole book to write. Have you actually published a full book before? So you said you've never done a chapter in a book. Have you published anything else?
No, no, I've always been told that I need to tell my story because it's like a soap opera. I mean,
Right. I'm
any
starting
kind
to
of,
realize. Yeah.
yeah, so no, I've not. I didn't even consider it actually.
Wow.
I thought about it. I'm like, oh yeah, someday maybe I'll write, my life story or something. But I really feel that part of supporting others is that telling our stories
Yeah.
and inspiring others and letting them know, because just let them know that they're not alone. I'm going to start getting emotional.
Yeah.
Letting them know that they're not alone, that, what they've been through doesn't define them.
Mm.
Uh, yeah. And somebody can go through all the things that I went through and still be loving. My oldest son, when he was about 14, he they were putting those little things out on Facebook of like who your hero is and everything else. And he put me, and I'm like, why did
Mm.
you put me as your hero? And he goes, because of everything that you've been through,
Wow.
and you still are so loving and caring and want to make sure nobody else has to go through that kind of suffering.
Wow.
And so it was just, and I never even thought of it that way because I had always just been a loving person no matter what happened, even though my family was not.
Mm. Amazing. Oh, how would you think you were born into that family? You're so different from your family. Why do you think that happened?
It's all about that soul contract. And for some reason, I felt like I had to come into this lifetime and just do it all because I have basically seen it all, been there, done that, um, uh, way more than most people have had to. And you know what? It's made me stronger,
Mm.
and it brought out all of my gifts.
Amazing.
I can relate to and talk to just about anybody, and I just have this like knowing that drops in, and I
Mm.
can provide that knowing to them because I kind of, just like I can translate the messages from the archangels, I also from spirit, from higher self, from other people's higher selves. And I think it was really, I needed to kind of go through the worst so I could appreciate the best.
Yeah. Amazing. That's a beautiful answer. And what do you hope readers feel or do after reading your chapter?
Well, I hope that they just really are able to realize that you don't have to be special. You don't have to be, um, I mean, we're all unique, we're all special, but you don't have to have somebody in between you and spirit, you and your higher self, you and your soul truth. There doesn't have to be that person between you. We just need to like unravel, release all the conditioning, and just get out from underneath all that we've really been buried deep down inside of us because we've had to survive, to protect ourselves, to make it through this world. So I'm really hoping that that's what they get out of it, is that they are that we are all beautiful, divine beings, worthy of love, worthy of our desires, worthy of taking up space, being alive. Oh, you muted yourself.
Sorry. I can't wait to read your miracle story. I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. And the miracle that you speak about in the book, how did that miracle shape the work you now do in the world? Or maybe all the miracles that have happened, how does it shape the work you do?
So my story actually has more than one miracle in it. It's just
Uh-huh.
one miracle after another miracle after another miracle. And I think it's just part of our journey, just a part of our journey of unfolding.
Mhm.
And since I lived it, I was there.
Mm.
Um, that's gosh, how do I put this? Yeah, because I lived it, I was there, I've been through it. Um, I know what others have gone through, and I just have this gift that I know what others need. And
Right.
it's always been that way, even since I was a child. But I've had to do so much transformation for myself. I now have the tools to really support anybody.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of it,
Right.
the
Yeah.
blessing.
And what difference are you making in this world with your words and your work that you do? What is the legacy that you're leaving?
Well, I believe that um yeah, I believe we're all legacies actually, because you don't have to be a healer to make a difference in this world.
Yeah.
And I have, ever since I was younger, have always I'm a liberator. In my human design, I'm that heretic investigator. So, I am a cycle breaker. My family never said that they loved, there was never, I love you. There was never none of that. And when I ended up raising my nieces and nephews and all of that, it was like I made sure they heard those words all the time. And now, whether I'm with family, my own family, my two boys, we don't leave the house without saying, I love you. We don't get off a phone call without saying, I love you. Um, yes, I am out there helping other people, but my legacy is that I have actually broken so many family cycles so that our children and our children's children can have a better life.
That's beautiful. And what would you say is your zone of genius?
My zone of genius is you can just be in my aura. You can be in my aura and you already start just transmuting. And the interesting thing is most people's aura is probably about 3 feet outside of us. We just kind of have that like small container. Mine's 10 and it just keeps expanding. Um, so and so one of my not real sisters, but because both my sisters have passed, um, but another lady that I call sister, she's like, you just have that presence of somebody saying, you say, drop your crap, and they go, okay, I'll drop my crap, because it's almost like the presence that I hold gives them permission to not have to hold on to that anymore. So when I do any kind of journey or I do any kind of healing, it's like they feel safe. And that is like one of the biggest things is that, especially with women, we need to feel safe to be able to open up and let go or vent out what needs to be said. So that I'm very nourishing. I've been called Mama Bear or Mama V, because I just have that Mama Bear energy.
Mm.
Yeah. And I just have no judgment. I've been there, done that everywhere, and there wouldn't be anything that anyone came to me with that I would be surprised about. And if I was, maybe that's a challenge. Come on.
You'd be surprised if you were surprised.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I think that that's my genius because I can, take someone through a little journey, a little meditation. And yeah, they're able to just like let go and just feel so safe and just so light afterwards. They just kind of like
Mm.
it feels, because a lot of times we hold on to all of this stuff because we're afraid if we let it out, it's going to hurt somebody else. And we don't want to hurt anybody else.
Yeah.
And I just hold that container that yes, you can let it all go. It's gonna go where it needs to go, transmute. It's not gonna hurt anybody else. So, and I'm strong enough to take that on.
Mm.
I'm strong enough to hold that space for you. So let her rip.
Amazing. And who do you feel most called to serve now? I'm starting to get a feel for who you might be most called to serve, but who are you feeling?
You know, I I actually have, and they're really not two different kinds. I have worked with men, so it's not like I'm, you know, anti anything, but women need something a little different than men do. It needs to be presented differently, it needs to be done differently. So I really kind of resisted when Spirit said, "Oh, you're only working with women." And I'm like, "Well, but I can help everybody." And it's like, "No, this is what your focus is right now. Well, there might be something different later on, but right now, I was really supporting a lot of women that were kind of like going through transitions.
Mm.
But I'm going more towards the it's really all about the caregivers and the overgivers.
Yeah.
But I'm really starting to see that I'm a real what my big impact is. I know that I'm here to be part of the awakening team. I know I'm here to be part of the supporting for the next phase that's coming of women healers,
Yes. That's what
the
I was
ones
feeling.
that are actually going and doing the coaching, going and doing because they're getting burnt out. They're not because they're just missing that one little
Mm.
piece there. Oh yes, they've done the work, they've done clearings, they've done their own stuff, they've been through their own journey, they've made it through, like maybe someone's had an accident and then they, figured out how to, fully heal themselves or, whatever, but it goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
It goes deeper than just that survival portion of it.
Hmm.
We really need to get into that sovereignty to where we have those strong boundaries. I was actually surprised. I went to a retreat and there was a lady that didn't even know what boundaries were,
Wow.
and so it was like, oh my God, well, that's one of the things I need to get out there. And
Yeah.
didn't know that she had a masculine and a feminine. She didn't know any of that stuff. And, I've been doing it for well over 20 years. So it was just like, real.
Yeah.
So I guess I must have got like in that circle or whatever. And I just got to like get out of that circle going, well, not everybody knows this stuff. Because, I'm like, oh, I don't need to tell you because you already know. And it's like, no, they don't know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I really want to be that support for those, because it's going to ripple.
Mm.
I support 10, and each person supports, 10, each
Yeah.
person support, kind of
Beautiful.
like what is those MLMs or whatever
I was
they're.
about to say that sounds like network marketing. But I see exactly what you're saying. If you can help the healers, so it's like heal the healer.
Mhm.
If they've got that last bit of inner healing that needs to, and there is always layers, aren't there? There are always layers. It's like they say, peeling away the onion, the layers of the onion. You just think you've healed everything and everything's hunky-dory, and then there's another layer below that that you've got to work through. So I think that's exactly when you were describing everything right throughout this chat. I thought that would be the most perfect niche for you. Heal the healers, heal the light workers, heal the women who are doing all the giving and the caring, and as you say, the caregivers as well. There's so many of them, and obviously, most of them, their main way they self-sabotage, not without even realizing it, is through the people pleasing, through the giving and the caring, and the when it's done to the extent where they're empty, I can imagine that you must be incredibly nurturing to be around and help them refill their cups. Yeah,
Yes.
because
And
yeah, we healers need nurturing. And we need the mama bear and the strength behind you, the strength that you bring to them as well to bolster them up when they are, you know, really depleted. Yeah, so
yeah, and
that's
there's the women are just, that especially strong women.
yeah,
People don't think people don't think that those, just because they're showing that they're strong and they look confident and
yeah,
they
yeah,
think they don't need anything,
yeah,
never did anybody go, well, are you okay through all of
yeah,
this? Are you okay? Are you doing all right? How are you holding up here? Yes, we can go through and we can endure and we can do all of that. But you know what? We need to know sometimes, be told that it's going to be okay.
yeah.
We're
That
going to
you
make
also
it through
helped.
it,
Mm,
you
yeah.
know?
Mm,
Yeah. So, and I don't call them like the onions of the layer. I actually say
hmm.
artichokes, or
Aha.
like artichokes, because they have the little needles that poke
Mhm.
you as you're the jokes instead of the onions. But yes, we are layered beings, and
Mm,
that's the thing, is we clear one and we're like, oh my goodness, this is coming back up again. And that's what I'm talking about. We need to get down to those limitation patterns that are like at the core
yeah.
to clear that out, so you're not taking forever to do this. Because doing affirmation work, doing all of that, yes, it will work eventually.
Yeah.
But would you rather be able to, even like in one session, get rid of something versus, take you 5, 10 years to do it?
Yeah.
That's where I was stuck. It was like forever, forever, forever. And then I finally came across this, opened up to this gift, and it was like, wow, this is beautiful. We can do it just um, so much quicker, so much more gentle
Yeah.
on our systems, on our nervous systems, on our body in general. Uh, when I work with the light codes of the archangels with someone, they don't get those healing crises afterwards. They don't get that, energy hangover the next day.
Hmm.
So that was beautiful, because I know I would get into healing crisis and I would be like, release something, and then, you know, for a week I feel like caca doo doo, and yeah.
Yeah. I remember that in my 20s as well, going through some things like that, where you just go straight into a healing crisis after a healing session. And yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's sometimes it's not that grounded, and there's a lot of integration time that's required afterwards. So
Mhm.
yeah, if you can speed up that process by using light codes and, working with archangels. That's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
And what message do you hope to share with the world through telling the story? It's similar to a question I asked before. But do you have a message that you want to share today with the world?
Well, we've all isolated ourselves so much. We've all kind of went into the hermit. We're doing everything technology wise. We're really not connecting and everything. And we don't have to do this alone.
Yeah.
We don't have to do it alone. And if you were doing it alone, you've tried and tried and tried. If you could have, you would have already. But when there's that connection, where two or more gather, you
Mhm.
know, it's okay to reach out for support. It's okay to, and I think that's a lot of it, is feels like that's a weakness. You're a very strong woman.
Mhm.
You're doing all these things for everyone else, and you just don't feel like, that would be a weakness, just kind of like when a lot of times when people do therapy, you know,
Yeah.
they won't go for therapy because they think it's a weakness, and it's not. It's actually a strength. It's actually a strength to be able to be that vulnerable.
Mm.
And for a while there, I couldn't even say that word. I
Wow.
was so trying to be the rock, trying to be that one that, oh no, that's a weakness if I show that I need support in any way. We need to open up to that, especially now as the divine feminine is really rising.
Mhm.
All the women just need to start coming together, because that's what we were meant to do. Women were
Beautiful.
meant to actually do that. Men can go off, be solitude, and do the this, that, or the other, but we're not meant for that. I mean,
Oh,
yes, a lot of it, we have independence. I'm not saying to go be codependent somewhere. I'm just saying that connection, because once we get together, man, we can really solve a lot of things.
I
So
love
you
that.
don't have to do you don't have to do it alone. And it took me a long time to
Yeah.
accept that.
That's beautiful. That's exactly why I created the community, Miracles Are Normal, on school, because I I just think connection, it's actually my word of the year is connection. And I believe that the deeper we go with our connecting, the deeper the connection, the greater the transformation. And that's exactly what I want to do in the community is just help, just together help us all connect more and more deeply. And together we rise. Together we rise. The divine feminine, as you say, is rising. And women are collaborative naturally. I think women love to be in community. And I'm starting to think about even doing a local community, something or other as well. Just, being around. I had my birthday last week and we landed up being in this beautiful little area called the library and, a local restaurant of ours. And it was so lovely just connecting with all the girls. And just, somebody arrived with her card deck and started doing card readings. And I just thought, oh, this would be amazing, just having those kind of connections. So, we didn't plan this before the chat, but I was wondering, you mentioned about meditation earlier. I was wondering if you'd like to lead a short meditation. Just share your magic, share your beautiful magic with the viewers or the listeners. If you feel like it, you don't have to say yes.
Oh
It's
yeah.
an invitation, not a demand.
Yes, we did not talk about this.
We didn't talk about it. But I
Of
was,
course, of
I'd
course. Yeah.
imagine you're born ready.
Well, I've already told you I'm up for anything. I
Yeah.
just kind of go along with you know, whatever I'm guided. wherever
Right.
I'm pulled to. Yeah, I can do a little meditation clearing, and then you can let people know how you feel about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
Beautiful. And
spirit
they can
sharing
let
too.
us know. I haven't seen, there are three people watching us, but nobody's saying anything in the live chat. But maybe they will make some comments on the live chat when we're done.
So it was something really interesting that I heard. Everybody wants to be part of the village, but nobody wants to be the villager. And I think that's, we're all setting back being that observer. There's a couple reasons why we do that. For one, we're afraid if we step out there and we say something, then somebody's going to like not like it or judge us or whatever. And that's what I help people with, is it's like, you know what other people think of you, say about you is none of your business. It is none of your business. What you are meant to do is to be here and speak your truth unapologetically. That doesn't mean you got to be mean or anything else. You're bringing it through with love and compassion and all of that. But yeah, it's just so interesting. We all want to connect, we all want to be a part. We jump on Zoom calls, we have our camera off, we are listening to everybody else and all of that. And it's like, yeah, that we got to that point. So now we just gotta like see if we can like reverse that. So yeah, I'll try to make it short. I'm not real good at the short meditations, but
Okay.
we will see what comes
Do
through. Okay.
whatever comes through, whatever. I'm here. I'm sure they're all watching.
Okay,
Yeah.
so go ahead and take in a deep belly breath. And what a belly breath is as you breathe in, you're just expanding your belly out as far as you can. And on the exhale, you're contracting the belly as much as possible. What that does is that brings in that breath of life, and then on the exhale you're just like pushing out all those toxins. So just take 3 belly breaths. You can even make a little sound, because any kind of sound or humming really relaxes the nervous system. Now bringing your attention down to your heart space. If you have a troubles bringing your awareness there, you can put your hand there. You can even do some tapping just to kind of bring yourself all the way into your heart space. And then just opening the doors of your heart, and stepping right on inside into your sacred space of the heart. We won't go through I won't take you to the 7th dimension. We'll just stay in the sacred space of the heart. Now, calling all your awareness back from everywhere it might be, from the conversation we just had, anything you were thinking about in the future, just bringing it all back to you in that golden sun above your head. It's all being transmuted. And now allow that energy to flow to your crown chakra, top of your head, coming all the way down over your shoulders, down your arms, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Really filling up that central channel that runs all the way down to the base of your spine, that energy channel, filling that all up with your awareness. Filling up your torso, your hips, down your legs, all the way to the tips of your toes. Fully getting fully in your body. Now bringing your attention to the base of your spine. Start creating that grounding cord. If you had one before, just kind of drop it off. Let it go all the way down into that big ball of light in the center of Mother Earth for transmutation. And let's create a new grounding cord, expanding it out as far as it needs to go. Sending it all the way down, deep down through all the layers of Mother Earth, all the way down to that big ball of light in the center of Mother Earth, connecting in there. That's your recycling plant. Has all those Schumann waves. And your grounding cord is a two-way energy flow. Now just allow everything that no longer serves you, that's just ready to go, sending it all the way down, all the way into that big ball of light. Sending your love and appreciation to Mother Earth for everything that she does for you. Now feel her send her love and appreciation back to you. Bring up that earth energy. Up your grounding cord. All the way up into your heart space. Now we're going to create our spirit cord. Coming up to your crown chakra, top of your head. Creating that cord. Expanding it out as wide as it needs to. Sending it all the way up. All the way up. Connecting into your specific soul star. This is also a two-way energy flow. Sending your love and appreciation to the universe. And allowing that cosmic energy to flow down into your head, all the way back to your heart space. And allowing it to merge with the Mother Earth energy. We need both the cosmic and the Mother Earth energy to sustain us. Bringing your attention back to your heart space, calling in your higher self, allowing your higher self to merge with you for that higher mind consciousness, being that witness observer. Continue to breathe. Calling in the Archangels, my wise one team, your wise one team, the beings of love, light, service, and power. Any spiritual, any of your spiritual guides, animal guides, any of those beings of divine love, 100% of the light, calling them all in now. Angels. Now we're going to work with the angels, the archangels and their light code. So right now, trusting that your higher self knows what needs to be done, lighting up any of those limitation patterns that are no longer serving you, that needs to shift and change for your highest and best good. Just allow all of them to light up right now. Allowing the archangels to be in charge of transmuting, upgrading, dissolving, whatever's for the highest and best good. Allowing them all to light up. Anywhere where you're feeling that unworthiness. We can even work with the people pleaser. All the reasons why you're needing to be the people pleaser, the strong one, being that rock. Just allowing all that. I can really feel like a lot of banding around the third eye. It's trying to expand. There's just some there's just some resistance there, so that's all going to get broke up. Feeling a lot of heaviness around the chest area. It's kind of like radiating down the arms, so we're just going to kind of break that all up. All that grief, the old grief, the grief that we've already processed, but we just haven't been able to let go of. Allowing all of that. I'm feeling a lot of the heart walls around the heart. We recreate the heart walls from our grief, our disappointment, confusion. And we think that if we protect our hearts, then we're not going to get hurt again. That's not where we're protecting ourselves. That's not where we're meant to protect ourselves. That's out in our boundaries. That's where we're being protected. When we're really holding on to those heart walls and creating that protection around there, what we're actually doing is we're blocking ourselves from actually connecting to our own higher selves, because our higher selves, the divine, the porthole to spirit, divine, God, whatever you choose to call it, that is where our connection is. And as we put those heart walls up, we lose that connection, we disconnect. So we're going to go ahead and just, we're just going to allow that to kind of break up, start breaking up some of those heart walls. And then you can bring in, water. You can stand under a waterfall and just kind of allow that water to wash away all the debris as everything's being broke up. Yeah, and I can really feel it in the back. There's a lot of past hurt, grief. Yeah, let's break that up. Remember to breathe. We always want to be breathing. Oh, yeah, just allow it. Be with it. And ask, light up anymore, because we've already let go of several layers. Is there any more limitation patterns that need to go? Just allow them to light up. Allow the archangels to take care of that for you. So we're gonna, I'm guided to take us through the silver violet flame. So see right out in front of you, the silver violet flame spark. Just allow it to expand and grow. Now go ahead and walk right over and just stand in the middle of that silver violet flame, allowing all, allowing it to come up your feet chakras, allow it to go up your legs, for all the layers of your chakras, all the way out into your aura, just allowing it burning up, releasing any debris left over, anything that's ready to go, anything that needs to be transmuted. Um, Releasing all that. I feel a lot of resistance to this, resistance to let go. It's safe, and you have permission. There we go. Oh, you can stay in there for as long as you want, but we're going to go ahead and do the closing. Seeing that silver, seeing that golden sun above your head, allowing it to fill up with all that transmuted energy. I'm going to go ahead and let that golden gel-like energy flow into your crown chakra, and you can reclaim it for whatever you would like to reclaim it for, or you can allow higher self to choose for you, but you can claim it for trust, courage, love, abundance, whatever you need right now. Reclaim that energy. Filling up your head, coming all the way down, filling up your torso, going down the arms, over the hips, all the way down to the tips of your toes. Now allowing it to flow out the back of your heart chakra, being sent all the way down through your past life, all the way to the womb, clearing, cleansing, and releasing, transmuting, sending it down through all your past life timeline, genealogical mother, father, giving the ancestors that healing that they were not able to give to themselves. Any one of them that are willing to partake has that opportunity. So sending that all the way back to the beginning of time, and then bounces back, giving a second dose to all your timelines, everything that's connected to it, all the way back to the womb, up through your childhood, adolescence, young adulthood, all the way back to now, sending it out to your future timeline, releasing all the old constructs, paradigms, patterns, old probability and possibility lines. Just dissolving and letting those go and creating new ones that support this new version of you. You know, going all the way back all the way back to your heart space. This goes all the way down to your DNA, spiritual DNA, the spaces and the spaces in between. Giving thanks to the archangels, your higher self, my higher self, your wise one team, my wise one team, beings of love, light, service, and power, the angels, spirit guides, animal guides, any other beings of 100% of the light that came to support you today. Ah, giving thanks. Slowly open your eyes, give yourself a stretch, and give yourself a hug. Mm, mm.
That was beautiful. Sure. Right near the end, the tears came. It was so beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
how was that?
Powerful magic. Absolutely powerful. It was really
Wow.
beautiful. I feel amazing. Anyone in the chat? Oh, yes. Vicky said she just got off a call and landed here, but missed most of the convo. We'll rewind to watch the meditation is beautiful. Ah, thanks, Vicky.
Mm.
That's awesome. Beautiful. Ah, thank you so much, Veronica. That was so, so lovely to get to experience your very, very powerful magic.
I love doing that. I love doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing it too, and I feel really good. And I can see Vicky was also enjoying it. Victoria Chevenkova, she is the Money Goddess's Guide, and she's watching. And there's a couple of others watching as well. Um, and I'm sure many, many more will watch the replay. Not everybody is always available exactly when it's on. One more question for you. What would you make you feel you've lived your life's calling?
I think that just to have that knowing that I've got kind of myself all from
We're
that.
in meditation mode. I should have asked this before.
Hey, I kind of get it too. Yeah. You know, I think it's not so much that I need something outside of myself. I just feel that I want to know that I've done the most that I could do in this life before I pass.
Mm,
And I just trust that I'm here until that happens.
yeah.
And so, yeah, yeah, I'm kind of spacey right now. I need to get back being
Mm.
grounded.
Ah, beautiful. No, yeah, that's good. I think we're all feeling that way. I should have just left it at that. But that
That's what
was
I
so,
do sometimes. Sometimes I just leave everybody there and I'm like, stay
yeah.
there as long as you want.
Yeah, and that is a good plan. That is a really, really good plan. Thank you so, so much for being here and for just, yeah, sharing all of your beautiful thoughts and your message and that meditation. It was just so powerful. And I will leave some links below. Is there anything specifically you'd like me to leave for anyone so that they can follow you? I can give them your website. Um,
Um,
thing you'd like to share?
Website,
Mhm.
my Facebook
Okay.
is my Facebook. I also have that free gift that I
Yes.
had
Okay, I can leave. Would you like to give
sent
the
you.
free gift? Okay. Wonderful.
Sure. Um, and yeah, we're doing an equinox um,
Yes.
event tomorrow. So you know, I can always give you that link as well if you
Yes,
or if
please.
you have it. You have it.
Oh, there's
It's
a
on the
link in that message.
There's a
Yes.
link in that little message. Yeah. And you can come and experience more. And I do the readings and everything. And if
Beautiful.
you can't be there live, you know, I call it a spring, you know, because I'm in the spring, but it's just the equinox. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
even though you guys are, you know, moving into your fall and stuff, it's all being supported because we're talking what we're talking about is really about like what the energy is right now. And
Mhm.
you know, my mentor, she's going to be talking about the human design
Ah,
portion of all
yeah.
of it because that's her gift. And
Amazing.
then I'll be talking about the masks, different
Okay.
masks that are and stuff. So yeah, I mean, and there's going to be a recording, and we'll be doing the readings, whether you're there or not. There's a little place to um, put your question in and get a reading.
Oh, wonderful.
You don't have to be
Yeah.
live. Um, People that will be live will be doing the readings for before we take them through the journey, but the people that aren't going to be there, we're going to do the readings afterwards.
Mhm.
But you know, the advantage of doing the replays is that you can go and listen to your reading, your
Beautiful.
personal reading,
Wow.
and then
Mm.
go through the journey. Because
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I must say that if you don't want to miss out on anything that Veronica is doing in the future, then come and join the community and you will see because Veronica is going to be posting. And that is what I encourage anyone to do in our community. If you've got events happening, that's what we want to be. We want to be a real community sharing all of our gifts with each other. And yeah, so no matter where we are in the world, I mean, you're in Los Angeles, right, Veronica?
Well, I'm in
And
Washington, so yeah, I'm
oh,
Los
Washington.
Angeles time. Yeah,
Los
I'm in
Angeles
Washington.
time, but in Washington. Yeah. So you're all the way in Washington, D.C. Is it Washington, D.C.?
Oh no, it's
Oh,
Washington State.
oh,
Yeah.
Washington State. Okay. And I'm here in Cape Town, South Africa, and we have people from all over the world already. It's already very global. So, yeah, we all going to be just sharing our beautiful magic with each other. And I think it's going to be a very special community to be part of. So, we want to welcome you in to the community, whoever wants to come. So I'll put all those links in the show notes below the podcast and also below this video and in the description and, wherever they need to go. And I hope
Sure.
you can all make it to the spring autumn equinox tomorrow. It'll be
Yes, it's gonna be
wonderful.
fun.
Yeah.
When me and my mentor get together, we're a hoot.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's been really, really special. And I'm going to go and just enjoy this wonderful energy.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Thank you, everyone. Much
Yeah.
love, many
Right.
blessings.
Thanks,
Mhm.
everyone. And if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Bye, everyone. I think I have to go somewhere to switch off. Hang on.